All right, now for this evening's Pilates class, I am going to suggest a prop if you have one. If you don't have one of these, no dramas, but if you do have a small booty band, that would be amazing if we could use it. If you don't have something like this, if you have a TheraBand, that's also totally fine. You can also use, if you don't have a booty band or TheraBand, you can get a long sock or stocking. I don't know if anyone else has stay ups or tights, like any old tights, and you can literally take one leg and tie it in a loop. So this is a pair of old tights in the cupboard there. You can literally take that out and tie it up. Any way to form a loop to give yourself some resistance to work with. You can't go in the cupboard, Trevor. And then once you've got your prop ready, that's the first prop I recommend. Also, if you can't stand against a wall with your heels and the back of your head against the wall with your chin tucked in like this, so some people can't get their shoulders and the back of the head on the wall because our chin pokes out. So that's a chin poke posture. And if you're one of those people who suffers with that, grab a cushion to support the back of your head to encourage your posture to change into a longer neck position. So you might want to have a cushion for under your head if you are a chin poker. All right, let's get started. Hi, Trev. Hello. All right, so we're lying down on our back. Yes, thank you, buddy. There is a small gap under the back. That's your spine's natural functional curve. Now, I want you to give a lot of weight to your pelvis and just make sure the hips, the knees, and the second toes track in 2 straight lines. Great. Parallel. So we're not allowing the knees to roll in or out to the sides. We're going to sit our neutral pelvis now, and we're going to use our hands in a diamond shape like a spirit level. So the thumbs will both rest in your belly button and the rest of the hand will sit on the pubic mound. And from here, we're going to curl up over the ribs to look at the diamond you've just placed over your body. Now, if your fingers are higher than your thumb, and they probably are, you'll need to tuck your tail down more towards your heels. If your thumb is higher than your fingers, draw the pubic bone back until the finger and the thumb are both the same distance from the ground, and then tuck that chin in, lengthen the neck, and rest the head back down. We're going to practice switching on our T-zone next. The T-zone is your pelvic floor, and that runs on the vertical line of the T, all the way from the perineum up to the space behind the navel. So you want to think about drawing a tampon inwards and up, or cutting off your pee midstream. It's a similar sensation to that. And that's how you activate that vertical axis of the T-zone. For the horizontal axis of the T-zone, that goes across your hip bones, and you want to feel those dishing inwards and down. We're going to activate both of those things at the same time with an exhale through the mouth. We inhale through the nose and send that breath to the backs and the sides of the ribs. And as you exhale through the mouth, pelvic floor lifts, we dish in and across the hips. Now hold the contraction for your next inhale through the nose and slowly release it as you exhale through the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose to prepare. Just relax the shoulders into the floor. Exhale, gradually squeezing your T-zone tighter so the pelvic floor is rising, the hips dish across and down. Is it possible to do that without over clenching your butt? Try and focus on the tummy and the pelvic floor and not your bum. Hold that for another breath in and slowly release it as you breathe out. We're going to check if we're doing a good job. We'll feel if we're doing a good job of this. So the first 2 fingers of both hands find your hip bones, scoop around them, and really curl the fingertips down into your body. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, slowly and gradually activating that T-zone, you'll feel resistance rise and kick into the fingertips. Hold that for a breath in. And as you slowly breathe out and release it, you'll feel that resistance melt away. Let's make sure we match that effort one last time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to activate the T-zone. Inhale to hold. And exhale to slowly release it. All right, let's get into arm prep. We're going to bring the arms up so they're directly over the shoulders and the palms face each other. Feel the shoulder blades melt broad and down into the ground. Turn your T-zone on to about 40%, so a 4 out of 10 in intensity as you inhale, and extend the thumbs back until they touch the ground behind you as you exhale. Bring them slowly up to the start position as you breathe in, and breathing out as the thumbs extend away. Keep going with that. I want you to really focus on the shoulders pressing down through the mat as you inhale, they rise, and keeping them in that position as you exhale and reach them away. Now we've got the arm function fluid and with connected to the breath. Make sure that the fronts of the ribs are knitting down towards the hips. So sometimes when we exhale and extend the arms back, the ribs flare. So work to keep those ribs really engaged. Last one here, inhale the arm up, turn the palms over, exhale, rest them down on the ground. We're going to come into our bent knee fallout. T-zone tight as we inhale, slowly take the right knee out to the side as you exhale. Bring it back to the start as you breathe in. Switch to the left as you breathe out. We want to keep that belt across the hips really tight. We want to keep the pelvis really still on the floor. So you can't go too far. If you go really wide to the side, what you'll notice is your hips release to the sides and we lose that dish across the hips. So keep alternating. Exhale to roll away. Inhale to flatten the foot to the floor. You've got one more on the left. Inhale, bring it back. And our next exercise here is going to be the single leg circle. So we're just going to extend that right leg casually until it's straight. It doesn't have to go up to the ceiling, just lengthen it away from the hip. And as you exhale, trace it down a straight line. Turn the toe out to the side, semicircle it up and over, keeping both hips still. Exhale it down, turn it out, semicircle it up and around. So down the straight line on the exhale, turn out and sweep up as you inhale. Keep going with this small fluid semicircle. And once you're really sure that your left hip is still and your left knee is still, you might be able to make that circle bigger. So the bigger we make the motion, the more challenging it is to keep your T-zone tight and your body really still. Give me one more this way, and then we're going to turn it around. Exhale down the straight line. Inhale it up. Turn the toe out to the side. Sweep it down and out. Good. Straight up through the middle. Then we turn the thigh out, turn it down and away. So neutral, knee points to the ceiling. Inhale to lift. Turn out to the side, exhale down and around. Do 2 more like that. You're looking really strong, keeping that T-zone tight. Inhale it up, turn out, exhale down and away. Really good. Bring it back up on the inhale, bend the knee and replace it down on the ground as you exhale. And just check in with your pelvis that you're still in neutral spine and that both hips are evenly down on the floor. We're going to do this again on the other side. T-zone tight, we inhale and casually extend the left leg. Exhale it down the straight line. Turn it out, semicircle up and over, breathing in, and exhale, rib to hip as it comes down. Think about the pelvic floor lifting as you sweep the leg up on the inhale, rib to hip, dishing out the hollow belly as you exhale. Semicircle up, breath in, down the straight line on the breath out. Really focusing on fluid movement and absolute control, keeping the belly contained, keeping the body imprinted in position. Really nice. You can make it bigger if you want to find more of a challenge. And then switch the direction of the circle. Down the straight line on the exhale. Inhale it up, turn it out, sweep it out and away. Inhale it up, sweep it. Can you stop licking me, Trev? Turn it out and away. Good. Inhale up, exhale out and away. Trevor. Last 2, keeping that right knee and that right hip really still. Last 1. All right, it is crunch time. We're going to inhale that leg up, exhale, pop it down on the ground. The hips are going to stay still. We're going to protect the little gap under the middle of the back. Fingertips come to the base of the skull, elbows nice and wide, T-zone tight as we inhale. Curl the ribs to the hips so that you can lift your head and look at your thighs as you exhale. Roll back down as you breathe in. Crunch the ribs to the hips, scooping the belly hollow as you breathe out. Now be really conscious that we're trying to work on really lovely open posture here. So keeping those elbows out wide to the side, collarbones broad, and the tailbone is anchored on the floor. Trev, that's gross. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. All right, let's switch it into an oblique crunch here. We're going to take an inhale to take our T-zone tight to 50%. Exhale the right elbow over the body. Inhale it back to the floor. Exhale the left elbow over the body. Now, when I'm doing an exhale to take my elbow over the body, I'm keeping it open and I'm actually rotating through the ribs. It's my rib turning towards my opposite hip. Keep the chin in, the neck long. Follow the movement with the head and the gaze. Exhale over. Inhale it down. Let's make this one a little bit more interesting. Extend the arm on the exhale. Replace the hand at the base of the skull on the inhale. Good, looking good. You've got 4 more of these. I'm just going to come and check on you. Now that my dog has released me from the ground. Love it. Last one with the left arm over to the right side, and then you can take a quick rest on the ground. We're going to bring the legs up into tabletop position now. So the first thing we need to do is really commit the ribs to the hips, and we're going to decrease the amount of space between the middle of the back and the floor. So the ribs and the hips move towards each other, and the arch in the back will get closer and lower to the ground. Collarbones stay broad, shoulders anchored down and back. T-zone tight now to 5 or even 6 out of 10 as we inhale. Right tiptoe touches the floor as we exhale. Keep that belly really flat. Keep the low back in position. Right leg comes up as we breathe in. Left tiptoe comes down as we breathe out. Join in when you've had a look at what we're doing. So we exhale to tap, inhale to lift. Remembering the exhale is through the mouth. And that's what helps you to really engage your core, your abs, to compress your diaphragm and dish the belly out. So we exhale and inhale through the nose. Now, to make this exercise easier, if you're finding it really difficult to keep the tummy tight, you can tap in closer to the bottom. And if you want more of a challenge, you can extend a bit further through the front of the hip. Do keep the knee bent, but you can extend further through the front of the hip and tap the toe further away. Keep going. Good. I'm seeing a lot of knees and beautifully pointed toes. Last one on the left. Keep your legs up in your tabletop position, please. I'm going to squeeze into the knees and the ankles, bring the fingertips to the base of the skull, and pick up these rectus abdominals crunches one more time. T-zone tight as we inhale. Curl the ribs to the hips and sit up as you exhale. Roll back down as we breathe in. Crunch it up as we breathe out. Inhale it down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lower. Now, if you want to try something a little bit more complicated, if you're doing a great job at keeping those legs still in your tabletop position as you crunch, you can exhale and extend the hands to the hips. Inhale, replace them at the base of the skull. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. It's not playtime, Trev. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Now, the hardest version of this is abdominal curl, where we keep the hands horizontal to the floor. We inhale, roll down, curl the rib to the hip to exhale and rise. Inhale, roll down. Now, when we do this, commonly the tailbone lifts off the floor. So be really conscious that you're pushing your tailbone down. It's only the ribs curling to the hips. It's only the top half of the body moving. Last 2 crunches here, then we get a rest. Last one, draw the knees into the chest, rest the head and shoulders down. We're going to go for 3 circles in one direction, 3 circles in the other direction. All right, coming back up into your tabletop position, please. Keeping the shoulders down on the ground, we're going into our bicycle legs. We'll start with the head down on the floor, but we will come up in a few minutes. T-zone tight, we inhale. Simply extend the right leg until it's long and straight as you exhale. Draw it back to the start position as you breathe in. Switch it over to the left as you breathe out. So only one leg moves at a time. We want to keep that belly flat. Of course, that rib to hip connection, dishing the belly out, shoulders down and back, chin tucked in. Now, when you feel like you're making a beautiful long extended line, then you can start taking the toe a little lower to the floor. Be really careful that you're coming back to true tabletop each time. You've made it there before the other leg moves. Last one on the left now. Bring it back to tabletop position, fingertips to the base of the skull. T-zone tight as we inhale, curl up into your crunch as you exhale. Press the collarbones open, T-zone tighter, breathe in, continue with the exercise. Right leg extends, breathing out. Bring it back on your inhale, switch to the left on your exhale. Leg comes up, breath in, leg comes away, breath out. Keep going with that. Try and really curl up. So the more you curl the ribs to the hips, the more you can take the crown to the ceiling. Keep going. Yeah, so sit up as tall as you can. Keep the tailbone anchored down and feel your belly pushing through the spine towards the ground. Looking really good. 4 to go. You got to finish on the left side. The higher the toe reaches to the ceiling, the easier the exercise is. Last 2. Last 1. You're not going anywhere. Stay in your tabletop position for me, please. We're going to amp up these abdominals curls. Well, sorry, the obliques crunches. T-zone tight, we inhale. Take the right rib to the left hip as you exhale. Bring it back down as we breathe in. Left rib to right hip as we breathe out. So we've got to make sure that bottom is still, that we're in our amazing 90 degree at the front of the hip and the back of the knee. So we're really steady in our tabletop position. As we exhale over, inhale down. And we want to get to the tip of the shoulder blade every time. Now, to make this one a little bit more interesting, you can extend the arm across the body on the exhale. Exhale it over, inhale it down. Make sure that tailbone stays anchored to the ground. Good work, guys. We've got one more on each side. And then we can take the knees out wide and roll. Really good work. I see a very cute baby on screen. Hi, cute baby. Toddle. Okie dokie. So next exercise, legs are back up in tabletop position. This is our single leg stretch. Take an inhale, squeeze the T-zone tight. Exhale, curl up. Draw the right knee towards the nose with both hands and exhale, left leg away. Inhale to switch sides. Exhale, squeeze onto the left knee. Inhale to switch. Exhale to squeeze. Good. Chin is tucking in. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. We're trying to sit up super tall through the torso. We're using the hands to bring the knees towards us, compressing over the body. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Time for Trevor to tell me, but Mum, I want you to play with me. Should see the mess he's made already. Trevor, it's not playtime. It's not playtime. Thanks, Tom. Perfect timing to go for a run, buddy. All right, Pilates 100s prep. Tabletop position again. Go away. Arms up towards the ceiling. Shoulders back and down. So just check on how this one works. We've got to get the arms sweeping to the hips on the exhale and slicing back to the start position on the inhale. As I sit up and sweep my arms down, I exhale my toes to the ceiling. As I inhale my head back down, I carefully bring my legs back to tabletop. So we exhale, curl up and extend. Inhale, roll down and bend. Let's try it together. Arms up in the dead bug dance. T-zone tight, we inhale. Curl up and extend the legs as you exhale. Inhale to come back to the start position. That's it. Exhale, sweep up and extend. Exhale, roll down and replace. Exhale, curl up, extend. Inhale, roll down, replace. Let me watch you so I can see what cues you need to hear. Keep going. Good. Try and keep your thigh really still. Try and keep the thigh bone right above your hip. You're just trying to extend the toes to the ceiling. And as you inhale and bend your knees, don't drop them. Control them, that they land in line with the knee. So the heels will land right in line with your kneecap. Exhale, sweep up. Inhale, roll down. You got 2 more. Exhale, sweep up. Beautiful work. Looking really good, guys. Last one here. And hug the knees into the chest. Great. So rather than our Pilates 100s today, I've got a little challenge for us. We're going to do our nutcracker that we started working on last week, I think, if I remember correctly. But we're going to do it on a building scale. So I'll demonstrate this nutcracker. Trevor, there's fluff everywhere. Toy guts. He's exploded a toy all over the room. Okay. So with the nutcracker, we're going to start with the first ones, just opening the knees, reaching through. We inhale here and then pulse 2, 3. We come back down, we exhale up, then we pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. We're going to do 5. And then we're going to do 4 and 3 again. So that's level 1 of the nutcracker. It's an exhale to rise, inhale to hold, and exhale for 3 pulses. 1 second. Internet. Everyone's trying to share it at the evenings. Okay, no dramas. Starting in our tabletop position, your fingertips are at the base of the skull and both hands will reach through the legs. So T-zone tight, we inhale, turn the knees open, reach through the legs as we exhale. Take a breath in to prepare 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Hands behind the head, knees close on the inhale. So sit back up and reach through on the exhale. Inhale to hold. Pulse 2, 3, 4. Bring it back to the floor on the breath in. Curl and reach through on the breath out. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it down. Exhale, curl up and reach. Inhale, prepare. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round here. Exhale it up. Inhale, prepare. 3, 2, 1, and done. Hug the knees wide. Roll from side to side. Great. So that's our nutcracker level 1. The next exercise we work on is nutcracker level 2. I'm going to demonstrate that one for you now. You are a disaster, doggo. Okay. Get pets, they said. It'll be fun, they said. So I'm going to inhale to prepare. Exhale to curl up. Inhale, my arms and my legs extend. And then I curl, press 1, 2, 3. I come all the way back down on my breath in. Sit up on my breath out. Extend and reach, inhale, pulse 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's do this together. We're going to do 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. So it's a little pyramid exercise. Let's go. T-zone tight, breath in, curling up, breath out. Extend the arms and the legs. Inhale, 3 pulses. Good, bring it all the way down. Curl it all the way up. Inhale, legs open and pulse 2, 3. Inhale it down. Exhale it up, or this will be our 4 round. Inhale, prepare. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've made it to the top. Inhale it down. Exhale, curl up. Extend arms and legs. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. Extend on the breath in. 3, 2, 1, and done. Hug the knees to the chest. Go for 3 circles in one direction, 3 circles in the other direction. Doing amazing, guys. Okay, so we're going to do one last exercise lying on our back here before we roll onto our side. Okay, this is our vanilla version of the crisscross. So we're going to put our bicycle legs together with our oblique crunches. Just follow along with this one. You'll pick it up in no time flat. T-zone tight, I inhale, take the right rib to the left hip and extend the right leg as you exhale. Come back down to the ground as you breathe in, switch sides as you breathe out. Good, inhale it down, exhale, switch. So this is our vanilla version of the crisscross. The bicycle leg is moving and we take the rib towards the bent knee. We're going to take it up into our strawberry version. So our crisscross is a Neapolitan ice cream. Vanilla is our easiest flavor. With strawberry, we keep the head lifted as we roll to the center. So we're going to rotate across to the side on the exhale, keep the head lifted as we return to the middle on the inhale. Rotate across on the exhale, come back to the middle on the inhale. So your abs have to stay under tension. It's a lot harder here. Come back to the middle on the breath in, over to the side on the breath out. Back on the inhale, over on the exhale. We're going to do one more here in strawberry and take a quick rest. So our grand finale with our crisscross is chocolate. And today we are going to do 4 rounds of 10. So 40 very quick crisscrosses, which is going to look like this. That was 4. So we got 40 in total. Are we ready for this? Your abs will say thank you afterwards, I promise. Use those fingertips at the base of the skull. Come on up to your tabletop position. T-zone tight. Inhale to prepare. Strong breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2. Keep pace with me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straighten those legs. Find full extension. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Done. Good. You can relax for a little minute. Stretch your arms and legs out long and straight, team. You've done amazing. Do we all know where our abs are? Feeling that burn a little bit? Yes? Yes? Awesome. Good. That's what we came here for. All right. Moving along, we're going to find that band that we prepared earlier. The booty band, the strap, the old tights, whatever you were able to find. I'll pop them around the thighs now. Given that El Doge is gone, I might ditch the earphones. All right. Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Yes, thanks. Clam 1 is where we begin today. We're going to have the heels back in line with the hips. As you can see, I've got the band on the thigh side of the knees. Just make sure you stick your bottom out here. So the feet are back in line with the hips. We stick the bottom out and you're going to rest your ear on the supporting arm. Your top hand, beginner version, place the hand on the ground in front of your ribs. Advanced version, place this hand on your top hip and roll the shoulder back. Cool. Wherever you are, you're going to roll that shoulder back anyway. We now need to scoop the side of the waist up off the ground. So we need to protect this little gap between the side of the waist and the mat, and that's to keep your spine in neutral. If you drop that down, you're actually curving your spine. So we want to protect the line of the spine here. Make sure this top hip is rolling gently forward as we begin clam 1. T-zone tight to 4 out of 10. And exhale, push into the band. Inhale, close it down. Exhale, press up. Right, and now as we're doing this clam 1 exercise, just be really conscious that that hip isn't moving. It needs to stay stacked. So we're going to keep that hip really still. Rolling gently forward, side of the waist off the floor, straight line from the fingertips all the way through the tail to your tiptoes. Exhale to open, in. It's not fast. You want to really feel into the resistance. Last one here, we're going to pick the heels up in line with the hips. Keep that side waist off the ground for clam 2. T-zone tight again on the breath in, opening that top knee on the breath out. Lower it down on the inhale, squeeze and rise on the exhale. Lower on the breath in,
Squeeze and rise on the breath out. Now, here's a funny thing. We are training the glute med and the glute med of this top hip through these exercises, but due to the band, the stabilizers around your bottom butt cheek are absolutely going off. It means it's going to hurt a lot sooner when we get to the other side. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. All right, so once we have finished this in clam 2, we're going to switch the breathing around. Once you take a rest, we're going to inhale, open the knee. We're going to extend the leg forward now. So extend the leg so that the thigh didn't move. We're straight all the way through to the heel. Good. Inhale, bring the foot back, keeping the knee lifted, and exhale, close that knee down. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend the leg forward. Inhale, feet together. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Exhale, replace. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Exhale, replace. 2 to go. Keep that side waist lifted. Shoulder back. Spine long. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale it out. Inhale it closed. And we get to rest here for a moment. Isn't that nice of me? You can tap that top hip out if you've started to feel the burn. We're going to change our position now. So keeping that tailbone anchored back, lift your knees until they're in line with the tops of your hips and bring your feet out so the heels are in line with the fronts of your knees. So we've got 90 degrees at the front of the hip, 90 degrees at the back of the knee. Our next exercise is clam 3. So we've got a really long stretch from the tailbone through to the top of the head. And just that act of pulling the tail away from the crown will help you lift your side waist off the ground. Hand can either rest in front of the ribs or on the top hip. T-zone tight, we breathe in. Open that top knee as we breathe out. Lower on the inhale. So we want to keep the hips still, but we want to lift the knee. And you'll feel the whole side of the butt cheek working now, wrapping back, because we've warmed those little muscles up with our clam 1 and 2 and our clam kick out. Really great work here. So we're just lifting the top knee, the heels stay glued together, and the side of the waist stays scooped up away from the floor. We have 4 to go. And then we're going to do the full clam kick out, which means the top leg will lift and the knee and the heel will move together. Let's do that now. Inhale, T-zone tight, knees close. Exhale, the heel and the knee rise, pressing into the band. Lowering down as we breathe in. Lifting, pressing as we breathe out. Good. Make sure that the heel and the knee stay horizontal to the ground at all times. Rising on the exhale. Lower on the inhale. Great work. Up on the exhale. Down on the inhale. 5 to go. 5. Doing really great. 4. Taking it nice and slow, really focusing on control. Keeping the hips rolling gently forward and the tailbone lengthening back. Now at the top of this one, we're going to extend the leg, squeeze it back halfway and turn the toe down to the ground. I want you to really push out through the heel. T-zone tight, we inhale, heel rises as you exhale. Hover the toe off the ground as you breathe in. Press the heel to the ceiling as you breathe out. Keep the hips stacked. Keep the side waist off the mat. Inhale to lower, exhale to rise. Good. It's really difficult to do this keeping your pelvis in alignment, keeping both sides of the waist the same length. It's really difficult not to push that bottom side of the waist into the ground. We've got 3 to go. If your bum's on fire, you can tap it. It's yours. Last 2. Last 1. Lower it down, bend the knees, tap it out. Oof. Now, while we've got this band on, we're going to come up onto our elbow now, onto our forearm. I like to keep the hand facing forward. I think it's a strong alignment. The thumb is in line with the head of the shoulder. We're back in our clam 1 position here. So the heels are back in line with the hips and the knees are pointing forwards. Your top hand is going to come and support the base of your skull. So it'll look like that. And that's to stop you from dropping your head. We want to keep the head propped up. We're going to scoop the hips up off the floor. That's step 1. Nice. We're going to extend the top leg straight out, keeping the tailbone tucked under. Inhale the T-zone tight. Exhale, lift the top leg. Inhale, hover it off the ground. Exhale, press it up. Hover on the inhale, press on the exhale. So this is a side plank with a leg raise. We want to keep the tailbone tucked under, the front ribs really pulling in. This is the hardest thing you've done today by a long way. Chin tucking in, back of the neck nice and long. We're pushing up again for another 5. Inhale to hover, exhale to lift. 3 to go. Squeeze your underbutt. Last 2. Last 1. Come on down. We can go to the other side. Is everyone excited about that? Having to do the other butt cheek? Having to make sure we're nice and even. Even on both sides. I have a very yappy dog. Hang on. You can stay, but no toys. Oh, I know. So mean that I have to do things that are not play with my dog. It's the worst. He's so needy. All right. So the feet are back, heels in line with the tailbone, side of the waist is up off the mat, and the hand can either be in front of your chest or on top of your hip. T-zone tight, we inhale, open the top knee as you exhale. Close it as you breathe in and open it as you breathe out. Good boy. Exhale, open, inhale, close. Just make sure there's lots of space between this top shoulder and your ear. Right, and we're already feeling that glute saying, hello, I'm awake. The beauty of working with bands, keeping that hip rolled forward, keeping them stacked. Last one in clam 1, we're going to lift those heels up in line with the hips, keep the side of the waist lifted off the floor, T-zone tight, we breathe in, open the knee as you breathe out. Close it down on the inhale, open it on the exhale. You got to fight against the band here because now your bottom butt cheek is also saying, why do I have to keep working? I'm already fatigued. Keep working, open and close. 4 more. Belly on strong, rib to hip connection. Last 2. Last 1. All right, let's change it up into the clam kick out. We inhale, open the knee. Exhale, extend the leg forward. Inhale, close it back. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, open the knee. Exhale, sweep it forward. Inhale, close. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. Exhale, replace. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, return. We got 2 more rounds to go. Let's do it. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, close. Exhale, return. Inhale, open. Exhale, extend. Inhale, close. Exhale, return. Rest, break. Good stuff. Tap it out. Not for you. No, it's not a rest break for you. Up into clam 3 now. So the knees are going to come forward. The heels are out in line with the kneecap. And the tailbone is still lengthening backwards. Side of the waist is off the ground. T-zone tight, we inhale. Pushing into the heels as the top knee rises, we exhale. Close it back down as we breathe in and open it as we breathe out. Close the knee on the inhale. Open it on the exhale. And we feel how hard this little butt is working. Next time you go on a run, you'll feel your glute switch on straight away. You'll feel amazing. Inhale to close, exhale to open. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. All right, whole leg now. This is the hardest thing we're going to do. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. It's not the hardest thing we're going to do. I've accidentally lied to you. We've still got the side lying leg raise to go. I know it's burning. Keep tapping if you need to. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. We just have 5 more. No kissing. 3, 2. Hold the leg up, extend it, sweep it back halfway. Make sure your tailbone is still anchored back and the hips are stacked. The heel is going to rise on the exhale. The big toe hovers off the floor on the inhale. Exhale, rise. Inhale, lower. Keep tapping if it's hurting you as much as it's hurting me. Exhale, rise. Inhale, lower. Keep going, breathe. Be careful that you're not scrunching up your face, because what if the wind changes? We've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Finally, we can rest. Tap it out. Oi, 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 oi. All right, take those feet back in line with your hips. We're going to do the side plank on this side. I'm just going to get my left arm, which is a yoga block. Shuffling here. Trevor, you need to move. Oh, I know you just want to be my assistant, but you're really not in the best spot. All right, so forearm is on the ground. Shoulder is stacked, fingertips at the base of the skull. Remember, these heels are back in line with the hips. And we're going to scoop those hips up in the air and then extend the top leg. Flexing the foot, T-zone tight, we inhale, hover it up as we exhale. I've put my hand on the floor to keep me stable, but if you can keep it at the base of the skull, please do. Lifting on the exhale, lowering on the inhale. Up on the exhale, down on the inhale. 5 more, keep the hips up, don't let the body move, tailbone tucking under, shoulders rolling back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Job done. Now, we are done with the band. I think that's the nicest thing I've said to you so far today. We are done with the band. Good times. We're going to roll over onto our tummies. Ugh. Okay. Oh dear. Arms are extended. It's fine to have them in a wide shape. They don't have to be narrow or close to your ears. You can reach them out long as they're straight. Forward is going to start down on the ground. We're going to scoop the tailbone under. Really press down through the arms. Really press down through the pubic bone. T-zone tight, belly button lifting on the inhale. Right leg lifts up as you exhale. Now, I need you to do that from underneath your bum, not from the top of your bum or your low back. So tucking the tailbone under, from the underbutt, we lift the leg. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, switch sides. Tap down on the inhale, switch on the exhale. And I want you to think that that leg is like an arrow shooting away from your hip to the toe. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. All right, we're going to take a rest with the legs and do the same exercise now with the arms. Leave it. Forward is on the ground. Really reach out through the fingertips. Tailbone tucked under. T-zone tight. We inhale. Right arm comes up on the exhale. Bring it down on the breath in. Left arm on the breath out. Tap on the inhale. Switch on the exhale. Tap on the inhale. Switch on the exhale. Keep going. Really reach out through the fingertips. We want to lengthen through the sides of the waist. Lengthen through the shoulders. Tap. 1 more on the right and on the left. Now, we're going to lift the head. Slide the arms down. Tailbone towards the ground. Chin is tucked in. You're looking down at the mat. Careful you're not looking forward. We want to follow the line of the spine in a smooth curve. So pull the chin back and keep your gaze down. T-zone tight, inhale. Right arm and left leg lift as we exhale. So they're reaching away from each other on the diagonal. Slowly replace them as you breathe in. Switch to the opposite side as you breathe out. Slowly replace on the inhale. Reach long on the exhale. Down on the breath in. Long on the breath out. Lower on the inhale. Stretch on the exhale. Keep it going. Stretch. Replace. Stretch. Replace. Last one. Take your hands underneath your forehead and just roll your hips from side to side. So before we come into the full freestyle exercise, guys, I'm just going to get you to watch me because this one works with the breath. We have 5 little flutters on an exhale and 5 flutters on an inhale. So what that means, I'll do the first round with my head down. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll say head up. And you'll pull the arms back, pushing them down into the ground. long, 2, 3, 4, 5, keeping the gaze down and the chin in. So we'll do about 20 of each of those, and then we'll be done with our postural work and we can move on to 4-point kneeling. So forward on the ground, reaching the arms and the toes out really long, tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, lifting the belly button, T-zone tight. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Head up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. I want you to be really reaching long through those arms, tucking the chin in, lifting through the back of the head. Nice. You can point your thumbs up towards the ceiling. That's looking really good. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think about creating space between the neck and the shoulders. You have another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Push it back into child's pose. And once you get there, if you can rest your forehead on the ground, bring your hands back beside your feet. If you can't rest your forehead on the ground, you can rest your forehead on your arms. That's still going to create a round shape through the shoulders, which is what we're after. And rolling up through the spine. Okay. So we're going to come onto hands and knees. We want a nice long spine here. Shoulders are going to be set against the ribs. So really wrap the arms back. And rather than letting our chest sink down or over curling the spine, we're looking for our neutral spine here as well. So that means that the heart space is sitting evenly between the front of the chest and the back of the ribs. So trying not to sag, not to overdome, but finding that comfortable point in the middle. Really press down through the left knee, hover the right knee and inhale your T-zone tight. Extend the right leg back in a straight line. Keep the right hip facing down. Good. Bend the knee on the inhale, extend it back on the exhale. Bend it on the breath in, extend it on the breath out. And we're going to change this. We're going to take it in on the inhale. This leg is going to come up onto the side as we exhale. Lower it back down as we breathe in, out to the side as we breathe out. Lower on the inhale, lift to the side as we exhale. Good. Now we're going to alternate that pattern. Exhale, extend it straight back. Inhale to hover the knee. Exhale it up to the side. Inhale to hover it down. Extend back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lift to the side. Inhale, hover it down. Now you know what to do with the leg. Keep going. Really focus on the hips staying the same distance from the ground. Keeping that belly strong, the spine long. Remember that the neck is part of your spine, so be really careful that you're not dropping the head. We have one more on this side. Out to the side on the exhale and down on the ground, breathing in. Just roll up through the spine. Take 3 rolls of the shoulders. Good. Circle the wrists 3 times in one direction. Circle the wrists 3 times in the other direction. If you're working from home at a desk and a computer and you're not in an ideal ergonomic situation and you've noticed that your wrists are starting to hurt a lot in 4-point kneeling, because I've noticed this working a lot more at the computer now, I'm creating content all the time. You can actually use yoga blocks to take the compression out of the wrist. If you have your fingers over the edge, you can create a much more gentle bend. So if you're ever experiencing wrist pain, you want to use your hand over the edge of a yoga block. It's really good for relieving it. Let's do the other side. I'm going to spin it around and potentially kick a little tread. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, nice long spine. T-zone tight, we breathe in. Extend the left leg back as we breathe out. Inhale to bend it. Exhale to extend it. And just like in that freestyle that we were working on, this comes from the underbum, where the bum meets the thigh. Now we're going to take it to the side 3 times, keeping everything else super still. Nice. 2. Now we start to alternate. So we're going to exhale it back. Inhale to bend. Exhale to the side. Inhale it down. Keep going. I'm going to come and check on you. Exhale, extend. Yep. So it goes back on the exhale. Yep. In on the inhale. Out to the side. Everyone needs to roll their shoulders back towards their ribs. Good. Good. Wrapping those arms back. Lengthening the neck a little bit more. Really good. You've got 2 more rounds. Inhale it. Exhale it to the side. Inhale it down. Last one. Back on the exhale. Hover on the inhale. Up to the side. Down on the ground. You can have a little rest in child's pose, team. We're going to do our plank. And then game is over. It's going to be a forearm plank today. Okay, I'm just getting my timer. I've got 15 seconds of different movement challenges. We're going to make it through 4 rounds. If you need to rest your knees down and then pick them back up again, please feel free to, but try and join in and keep going for the full minute in the plank. If you do need to do a plank on the knees, I just want you to be conscious that this is not a plank. This is my bum in the air. If you need to do a plank on the knees, they got to be all the way back here, your tailbone tucking under, your ribs and your hips pulling together on the front body. Cool? And this is just plank on the toes. You just energize the heels and come up. All right, I'm going to start my timer for my 1 minute. Give me 1 sec. I always forget how to use my phone when I'm talking. I can't multitask that well. 1 minute, starting now. So on the elbows, energizing those heels, finding a long, long line through the spine. Our first exercise is we're going to just tap 1 toe at a time to the side. So the right toe taps out and then it comes back in. Left toe taps out, then it comes back in. Nothing else is moving. And yes, you are still using those muscles in your underbutt to make this move. So we tap out, then in, out, then in. Exercise 2 is that we really squeeze our bum and the heel will rise and then tap down. And we alternate from side to side. Now your bum is not allowed to move here, just the heel. Rising on the exhale, tapping down on the inhale. Keep long through the spine, keep long through the neck, keep pushing the floor away through your elbows. Now if you can lift that toe, you can bend the knee and tap it on the back of the ankle. Down on the ground, lift, tap. Lift, tap. That's your minute. Done. Knees on the floor. Child's pose. I should probably choose a slightly less chaotic alarm. That one's like, you're really finished now. Coming all the way up. Let's stretch out those glutes. We're going to roll straight back down onto our back. Cross the right foot over the left knee. Use the left knee to pull the legs towards you. Use your arm behind the back of the left knee to take the stretch. Hi, Trev. Whew. You can keep pushing that right knee open. We're going to take a twist while we're here. So take your arms to the side. Look to the left as your right foot pulls the left knee down. It's a really easy, very gentle twist to begin with. Just really notice the obliques. So that's the sideline of muscles through the left side of your waist. Try and allow those to fully relax. Send them some long breaths. So they worked really hard for you today. And then return the knees to the midline. Pop the right foot down on the ground. Left knee rises as we breathe in, crosses over the right foot. The legs come towards you and the hands connect to the back of the leg. You can dance your hips from side to side a little bit here because there will be a sweet spot where you just want to hang out. Go ahead and do that. And then bring the arms out to the side. Use that left foot to draw the knees over to the right. Really breathing into that whole long right side of the body. Coming back up to the center. I'm going to roll over onto the tummy. Hands come forward of the shoulders. I want you to hug the elbows under and think about the shoulder blades getting really broad and then wrapping back towards your bottom. So they're broad and pulling back towards the bottom. Keeping the neck long and straight, pressing through the arms, tucking the tailbone under, pushing the pubic bone through the floor. So our ears will not be near our shoulders. Our shoulders are pushing down towards the bottom, broad across the back. Now you can feel your heart reaching forward and up. And we're going to sit back onto our feet where there's a dog in the way. Excuse me, buddy. All right, taking your ear to one shoulder, hand onto the head. Press the other hand down towards the ground. Sniffing your armpit, potentially regretting it. Taking the hand off the head, reaching it up towards the ceiling. Now sliding the hand that's on the floor a little further away. Breathe in, look at the top hand. Breathe out, bend the elbow that's on the ground. Nice, roll the chest open, inhale. Bend a little deeper as you exhale. Come all the way back up to the center as you breathe in. Then drop the ear to the other shoulder, other hand to the floor, and hand on the head as we breathe out. Good, stretching out the neck. You can take the nose towards the armpit. And then inhale that arm all the way up to the ceiling. Gently return the head to neutral, so back where it started. Take the hand down onto the ground. Inhale, stretch overhead. Exhale, bend the elbow. You can slide the hand away. Keep rolling the chest up as we dip down to the side. Nice. Coming back to the center, bring your hands in front of you, tuck the toes. We're going to push back, feel your heels dropping down towards the ground, chin towards the chest, feet pressed through the floor. Just hang out here for a second. Check that there's about 2 fist distance between your feet. Let your head nod yes, and then shake no. See if you can press one leg back nice and straight, bending deeper into the other knee. Don't lock the joint, just see if you can extend it. And then bend into that extended knee and switch sides, extending the other leg. Bending, extending, bending, extending. And then when both legs are bent, keeping the chin on the chest and a lot of weight in the arms, slowly rolling up, stacking one vertebrae at a time, lengthening the spine. At the top, the shoulders lift up, roll back and slide down, extending all the way through back of neck to crown.